Today I'm speaking with Nate and Courtney Chester. Tell me, how long have you guys been married?
10 years in October.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to know how this love story got started. How did you guys first meet?
Oh, we first met at a basketball game.
Mhm.
He approached me and I was already dating someone, so I turned him down. And then we met at the same place, another game, a couple weeks later?
Yeah.
And I was no longer in a relationship, so I gave him my number.
Nate, how did you know Courtney was the one? And how did the proposal happen?
So before I met Courtney, I was on just on a journey to finding myself. So I had, been in prayer, just building a relationship with God. And I told God, like, I'm tired of, finding women because I guess I must be finding the wrong ones. And so I said, I'm gonna just focus on me. And, if it's a wife out there for me, just let her be known to me. And when I had seen Courtney, she had this little glow, and I had this little feeling like I had back when I approached my first girlfriend, with the butterflies and all that. And I just knew then that she was the one, even though she had told me she, had a boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, he in the way right now, but she the one. It wasn't even a proposal.
Yeah, we just had a conversation. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, like, because I remember we were in we was in the living room at her friend's house, and we were struggling at the time, and we had just lost the place we were living at, and we just was staying with her friend. And I remember, asking her, like, why are you still with me? Like, just let me go. I can't provide for you. Just let me do my thing. Let me go back to my old ways. And she was like, boy, no, I love you. And then somehow she was just like, let's just get married. And I'm like, well, yeah, let's get married. And that's how it happened.
Nate, talk about the struggles you had and how Courtney's hope and determination saved your life.
Courtney was a full-time student. I was well off in my career in barbering, but with Courtney being a full-time student and she had her daughter Jayla, it was hard for me to, keep the lights on, to be honest. So I actually picked up a second job, and then that took a toll on me. And then we moved around a little bit, due to not priorities, but just finances.
Yeah.
And I had lost my faith and was trying to bounce back, into the streets. But Courtney was like, no, we ain't going that way. You ain't going back. And I can recall it was one day I was over my buddy's crib, and Courtney kept blowing my phone up, and I was doing something that I shouldn't have been doing, and she just kept blowing me up, and I'm like, I'm getting money, just let me do this. And she was very persistent, and I decided to answer the call and come home. And literally not even an hour later, I get a phone call from my boy's house I was just at, and somebody had came through there and shot up the place, and 3 people got shot. And it was cement missing from the seat I was actually sitting at on the porch. And so that was just like a light bulb, moment for me. That even though things is hard, like, just stick in there. I got a strong woman by my side, and it was, during the midst of that to where we just started talking about our future. And then at this time we had a son. That's when Nate was born. And she just stuck by my side, and I didn't have the money for a wedding. I told her I want to have a big wedding for, show her off to my family, to the friends, to the community. And she was like, boy, I don't care about all that. If this is what you want, marry me. And and we decided to, and literally, like, together our rings was less than $50 together. It meant so much because we didn't prepare for a wedding, but we was prepared for a marriage, because we decided to, be committed, to conversate, have our, trust and communication together. So yeah, that's a little bit of it.
I don't know. He just has a really good heart, and I've seen all of his potential, and I just think he's a really great person. And unfortunately, when we come from the hood, we can get caught up in certain lifestyles, but I guess I just seen a brighter future for us both, and so I was just really wanting him to see that too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he did see that, and we've been able to, accomplish a lot. I mean, we still have a lot more goals, but I think together, we've definitely been able to push and challenge each other for the better.
How do you guys both manage your friendships outside your marriage? How do you keep the balance?
Well, so Nate is the extroverted one. I'm more introverted, so I have a lot of associates. So I'm kind of more to myself, honestly, but I feel like we learned in the very beginning to, kind of keep our stuff private. And so that's why it's nice to kind of vent to a counselor, someone who is neutral and non-biased, because I think we just learned from the past, like when you invite people into your marriage, it can kind of get challenging. Yeah, it can get a little messy.
How do you guys make time for date night between taking care of the kids and your busy work schedules?
Yeah, so we're both very busy people.
Mm-hmm.
So we literally have to have it like in our calendar scheduled. And so one of the things that our counselor challenged us to do was to be really more intentional about our time together. So we actually have a day date every Monday. Right. So either we go to lunch or we just kind of check in with each other. If something comes up to where we can't make that, we try to reschedule.
How do you manage to keep the intimacy striving in your marriage?
It's not a one-time thing. I think it's just being intentional, like with our presence. You know what I mean? Just like knowing each other's love language. It could be just texting throughout the day. Being intentional while we're here together. Eye gazing. We do our dates like we always say. Weekly. And then also once a year we do our vacations.
Yeah, where we can get away and it's just us and it's no kids, no bills, it's no like business. So I feel like, we try to, even if it's just like cuddling and watching a movie together or, sending the kids to one of our parents' house and just kind of having the house to ourselves. So, yeah.
Or if it's even being sneaky late night or something.
As we conclude our interview, what piece of advice would you give to others considering marriage?
My piece of advice would be to never lose yourself, always take care of self and make sure that you're pouring into yourself, because then what you have is overflowing and you'll be more happy and your husband benefits from that, your family benefits from that. So I got burnt out early on. And so I had to kind of do some reevaluating and start saying no a lot more and being really intentional just with myself. And then I was in a better mood, and I feel like that helped our relationship. So just not losing yourself, because it's so easy to with the different hats that women wear.
Definitely got to stand for something, or you're gonna fall for anything. Treat your marriage like a corporation. Like have values. Have a mission statement. Trust and communication. That's what we always say. Trust is the door. Communication is the key to getting a relationship, and that's how we keep it funky like that.
Thank you for the interview, Mr. and Mrs. Chester, and congratulations on your 10 years of marriage.